Well, hello, my beautiful Gemini. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your twin flame reading for the end of February right through the end of March 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Gemini, this is your twin flame connection reading for those twins who are currently in separation. The first pile will be your pile, the second pile will be your person's pile, and the third and fourth pile will be the unified energy of how things come together. Also, please make sure that you are in a twin flame dynamic. If anyone is emotionally, physically, or mentally abusive, that is not a twin flame connection. That is more likely to be a false flame connection, and it will drain you of your beautiful love and waste your wonderful time, okay? Twin flames, they are magnetic. It's like meeting a part of yourself that you felt was missing for quite some time. It is an otherworldly experience. You can't stop thinking about your twin. It is an energy where you're drawn to them like no other. Also, it's like looking in a spiritual mirror of all the things within yourself that needs to be healed. It is actually an activated relationship, and it's more about accepting your spiritual awakening and your path, your true calling, than it has to be about your twin in the first place. Okay, there tends to be a dynamic of a runner, a chaser, and a separation period, and that is in order to keep both parties apart so that they can spiritually evolve and connect to their true life's mission and purpose. Now, twin flames, they tend to meet after a period of trauma or some sort of difficulty in their life, and all the things that they've been avoiding up until you meet your twin, they are the things that are amplified within the union so that both parties can really look at them and focus on healing in order to come together, okay? So it is a very difficult dynamic to take. Not everybody takes the twin flame connection in this lifetime because, you know, both parties have a spiritual path, and sometimes our twin is less spiritually evolved, and it takes a little time for them to catch up, and that can sort of manifest in a very long waiting period. Some people, they separate for a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months, some for years, okay? I always say do not wait for your twin, because when the moment is right, the universe will orchestrate a meeting between you both to come back together in union. The chaser, they tend to be more spiritually evolved and open to the depth of feeling in the relationship, but the twin who is the runner, they tend to feel overwhelmed by their feelings because they've never really experienced that level of unconditional love, but also they've been avoiding things within themselves that they did not want to look at. So the twin almost like forces that person to really acknowledge all the stuff that they've been avoiding and running away from in fear, and the twin who is the runner, they tend to be reluctant to look at those things. So they keep their twin at arm's length. They don't quite like let go of their twin because they know it's a very different dynamic in a relationship than they've ever experienced before, and they know that there is love there. However, they feel incapable at that time of meeting in order to go as deep as their twin. Remember, we can only meet each other as deeply as we have met ourselves. And if you've done the spiritual work, my beautiful Gemini, and your twin has not, they are playing catch up, okay? Now, there's a little bit more involved in a twin flame connection than that. That's a very basic kind of description as to what a twin flame connection is. But I like to describe it like magnets. 2 magnets identical in polarity, okay, where both parties, they are drawn towards each other and attracted towards each other, but at the same time, they repel each other. There is a space in between, okay? And both parties, as I said, need to remain apart. There has to be some sort of separation period in order to really look at spiritual evolution. Those two magnets, they are drawn towards each other, but both energies are very similar. In fact, you're a twin, so they match. And that means that there is always that space apart. So if the chaser, let's call this one the chaser, keeps reaching out to their twin, the space in between will always remain the same. So it'll perpetuate a cycle. And as soon as that twin who is the chaser puts all that love, care, devotion, and attention onto themselves through unconditional love, self-love, but also to focus on their true life's mission and purpose, then you change the frequency of this magnet, okay? And that encourages this magnet to come towards, the other. So that means your twin is encouraged to spiritually evolve and change their frequency until such time as there is a match. Again, it is a very difficult relationship to navigate, and some people, they don't understand it because they've never met their twin. Not everybody gets to meet their twin in this lifetime, and those that do, some decide to cut the cord because it is just too difficult. The waiting period is a very painful experience. So you can take a soulmate instead. There is that, but, it's a different dynamic, which of course you will know, and you get to decide whether you want to be with your twin or not. It's only your decision to make. I'm here to try and understand the energies from both sides so that I can see the current energy frequency that you're in to transmute like an outcome. But I'm not here to take sides. I'm here to try and understand the human psyche and the choices that we make, because we are all very, very complex creatures. Sometimes people, especially if they've experienced a level of hurt or pain or trauma in their past, they are stuck in a cycle of repeat. They expect trouble ahead. They're conditioned to expect the worst. So they tend to keep people at arm's length just in case they get hurt again. So, even though they may want to be with a person, they actually feel a protective energy where they run away from very deep connections because of trauma in the past. They've learned to experience that things go wrong or they lose in love. And I'm only mentioning that because your person has a 5 of Cups here. So they have dealt with some level of grief, whether it's that they lost a person who transitioned, or whether it is they have loved and lost in love. I will have a look in a moment when I go deeper. But this person, they're very, very cautious, okay? I do see, though, that your person is currently in a period of spiritual evolution. So there is change there. Okay, I feel like they're having their tower moment, let's put it that way. Now, your first card there is the key, and that indicates you want answers, okay? You know that this person is your destiny, and you want answers not just from the universe. You're asking for signs. Can you please show me, is this person my person? Why does it hurt so much? Why have they rejected this connection? But at the same time, you want answers from your person as to why they, made the decisions that they made. And I feel in the future, there is an opportunity for this person to really step up and tell you and, lead with truth and authenticity. But right now, this person, they've got a Knight of Pentacles here. They're very slow moving in their energy. Now, also the key represents destiny, as I said there. This person, they do hold the key to your heart. And I feel, it's number 33. And when you reduce it, 3 plus 3 is 6, which is a lover's card, but it's also a Gemini card. So some of you may feel that this person has taken a part of you in some way, and it's hard for you to move forward after this, encounter, shall we say. The 10 of Swords and the 9 of Swords tells me that you are deciding to either cut a cord and walk away from this because you can't do this anymore, or you're making some major lifestyle changes and you are taking a major step back from this connection in order to focus on your goals, your dreams, but also on your life. And I feel like you're responding differently to this twin flame connection. Remember, as soon as the chaser responds differently, as soon as they withdraw in order to focus on their own needs and their own self-love, that's when you change the dynamic completely. You end the cycle of repeat. And so many people, they feel, their main question is, how long should I wait? Or should I wait? And I always say no, because remember, the person who waits, the magnet that waits, it remains stagnant, stalemate, nothing will happen. There has to be change, and change always starts with the self first, okay? So I feel right now you're having like major revelations, major epiphanies to change your life in some way that puts you in a position of empowerment. Now we do have the Ten of Swords here, so you feel that this is pretty much over, that you're not going to hear from this person again. But looking at the Five of Cups and the Three of Cups here, I feel this person is trying to give up their old ways in order to embrace love as well. You know, this person, the person I'm connecting to in your twin flame connection, I mean, this may not resonate with everyone, but I feel this person, they love their independence, they love partying or party time. This person also may have like dabbled in like substances. You know, I feel an intoxication energy here, but also I feel this intoxication for you. Okay, and what I mean by that is I feel your twin was so intoxicated by you that they felt you were a level of perfection that they felt they could not reach to match it. So to some degree, this connection almost amplified this person's fears of inadequacy. It's almost like they were intimidated by the sort of wealth of knowledge and the depth of love that you have, and they felt that they had nothing to offer you. And this comes from this person's like insecurity about not being enough. It's almost like you amplified that feeling of not being enough. So they may have told you that you perhaps, you know, deserve better, or, you know, pushed you away with all those things because this person was afraid that they were not enough, or that if they exposed themselves to you in that depth, that you would realize actually you could do better, or that you could find someone else who was enough. And these are this person's fears. So they cut things short and kept you at arm's length because they felt they couldn't step up, or at that time they felt they didn't have anything to offer. But what they didn't realize is that actually you were in love with this person no matter what. You saw that this person is your destiny, and you know, it was a very painful experience that you've been having because of their actions. You know, the Ten of Swords is an ending that was like betrayal. Okay, so I feel like you trusted this person with your heart to some degree. You opened up to this person. You shared your secrets with this person. Things that you've never told anybody, you may have entrusted to this person. So it's like, where did it all go? How did it go so wrong? How is it that you're just standing here like feeling a little bit bereft? But with that Ten of Swords there, it means you're responding differently to any challenging situation. You've come through it to some degree. You're in a period of healing. And, you know, with the Empress there, it means that you are, you know, completely nourishing yourself, you're choosing yourself, and you're focusing on your abundance. And actually, you're someone who is highly attractive and highly sought after, you know. You may not feel it sometimes, but you have a magnetism that draws people towards you. Male or female, not a gender-specific reading. It's about the energy. So you could actually attract anybody you wanted, really, if you allowed yourself the confidence to feel that way. But with the Lovers card, I feel like the heart wants what the heart wants. Okay, and you want your twin, but at the same time, I feel some of you are thinking with that Ten of Swords, it's over. There's nothing else going on in this, so you're moving on. You're hoping for a new adventure, and I feel this person, your twin, will always have the key to your heart to some degree, but I feel there's this energy of wanting to cut the cord with you because you can't do this anymore, and you've been forced into a position where you feel you have no other choice, okay? When you get to the Ten of Swords, it means you've tried everything. You've tried, you know, the conversations, you've tried to fix things, you've tried to heal things, you've tried to reach out to this person, you've tried to communicate, but it almost fell on deaf ears from your perspective. But from this person's perspective, they hear you, but they just could not get out of their insecurities or their fears, okay? We've got the Tower energy for them, which means they have built a certain lifestyle which has kept them stuck. Okay, and you know, having the Tower means they're liberating themselves after having a major epiphany of what they've lost, how they've allowed their actions or their addictions, because I feel to some degree this person has addictive qualities. Now, it doesn't have to be like just substances. It could be that they are, you know, addicted to taking their friend's advice, or if all their friends are single, then they want to be single. You know, there's this energy of being influenced, and you need someone who is strong enough to walk by your side and make independent decisions. And don't get me wrong, this person is independent to some degree. They're not completely easily led, but I feel like they chose the easier route. Okay, and this person is recognizing that they have made some choices that they regret or they feel have led them on a path where they're not feeling emotionally fulfilled. Now, you do have the Knight of Swords there, which means you are changing your ways, but it's also about having the courage to give yourself closure. with these two cards. To some degree, you may have been angry at this person, but also I feel it has amplified things within you that you feel you have to temper or you have to heal or look at or process, because I feel like, you know, you're broadening your perspective on this. You've learned a lot about twin flame connections and what they mean, but also you're being informed by experience that this person is in a cycle of repeat and that nothing ever changes. So the only thing that can change in this situation is you. Okay, so I definitely get energy here that you're making the changes that will actually benefit this twin flame long term. However, you know, I feel like your decision, looking at this energy, it's not 100% final, but I do feel you're very close to completely ending this, if you haven't already, with this person, because you can't do this anymore. Now, your person there has the bouquet. Now, the bouquet actually indicates something was flourishing. It had the potential to grow into something really special, but it got cut short. And I feel this person, they recognize they had a major hand in, you know, the actions and the consequences in this connection. I mean, it's number 9, which means hermit energy. This person is in a solitary energy right now. They are not with a third party. However, there may be third party influences going on here. And what I mean by that is I don't feel like this person has someone that they're connected to or that they were cheating or anything like that. I feel this person, you know, they're very immature in their energy, and they chose like to either numb their feelings because of previous experiences, because I get a sense of intoxication here, or they have found relief in like partying, to run away from the everyday, the escapism energy is what I'm feeling from your person. But with number 9 energy, it indicates they've had some time to be very calm and reflective, and I feel they have tried to really make sure they have no distractions to gain enlightenment. Now, this card, when you look it up in the Lenormand deck, it literally means, you know, invitation or reunion energy. So I do feel that this person, they want to reach out to either tell you about an event or a place that they're going to. And it's almost like they're not going to, it's really weird. It's almost like they're not really going to invite you. There's like an insinuation that maybe you should come, but it's not like a direct invitation. But also there is an invitation to meet up one-on-one. So it may be that they're like, I'm thinking about going on a spiritual retreat, and you know what? It'll be an amazing place that maybe someday we could go together. But it's not really a direct invitation to go this time. It's like sometime we should maybe do this. But they also say, when I get back, you know, let's meet for coffee. I really need to see you. So it feels very much like they're thinking about the future, but at the same time, they are being very independent and actually trying to meet up with you one-on-one. I definitely feel there is an invitation for reunion happening here, but again, I feel it's very slow to offer, so it may not be in the next sort of like 6 weeks. It may be that you talk to each other back and forth, because the Knight of Pentacles, you know, the Knight of Pentacles is investment. This person is invested in this to some degree, but they're also someone who has been working really hard on their projects or their responsibilities. I do feel this person has a lot on their plate, and there's no excuse here. You know, if we want to meet someone, we will make time to meet someone. That is human nature. We will, you know, prioritize what's important. So I really want you to recognize that. But this person also, I feel with the Knight of Pentacles, that this person, you know, they're being a little bit prudent. They're being very careful with their efforts, because I feel this person, you know, to some degree, this person feels like they messed it all up. Okay, and they're being very cautious that they don't want to make the same mistakes from the past. And this is not just in your relationship. I feel they have previous experiences where they chose the wrong path, and they've been hurt before, this person. And let me pull a card and see what that is all about, because right now they're in the High Priestess energy. The High Priestess is mute. Okay, it means withdrawn and cautious. So they're in a spiritual cycle of connecting to their higher self and really developing their intuition so they can listen to their heart. I feel this person's heart and their guides have been screaming, because in the past they've been whispering and your person did not listen. And now it's amplified. So I feel this person is starting to develop a spiritual path. They may tell you about it, but more than anything, I feel like they're going to tell you they've done a lot of thinking, and they have. So let me just see what's going on there with this person. Yeah, they're conflicted by something in the past. I mean, the Ten of Wands also tells me that they feel that they challenged the relationship in such a way that it ended, and it was too much. I feel this person also has a lot of baggage that they have to sort through. There's some history there. I feel your person is actually quite a strong person. They've grown up in an environment that was very turbulent, is what I'm being given. And again, there's no excuses here, but it has influenced the way this person operates in love. You know, the Ten of Wands indicates this person under a lot of pressure, but also, you know, they're sort of gathering the strength to really sort through the heaviness that they've experienced in life. This is also an energy that is highly positive, because the Ten of Wands, you know, some people don't like the Ten of Wands or the Ten of Swords, but what it means is they're ready for a new beginning. They're ready to really face themselves and say, you know what, this is not working. If I keep doing what I always do, then I'm going to keep getting the same outcome. And I feel this person is disappointed with the same outcome. You know, their final card is the Five of Cups, which means they're, you know, regretting the way things have gone. There's a guilt there. There is a, you know, an energy here of, you know, they disappointed something when it comes to love, or they were disappointed, and they've sacrificed a part of themselves in order to embrace another part of themselves, like numbing pain in order to forget the past, whilst at the same time sabotaging a beautiful unconditional love that was right there in front of them. So with that Five of Wands there, I feel this person's going to tell you that they have had some sort of connection with counseling, because I feel this person's really like trying to work through some stuff. You know, the Five of Wands can indicate tension and conflict, and, you know, trying to find a way to find a solution. And when you get to that level of conflict and challenge, it means you have to do something about it. You can no longer ignore that, you know, things are difficult. So, you know, the Five of Wands is almost like in training. So it can indicate this person is reaching out for some sort of counseling or trying to understand themselves in a better way. Also, I think I'll have to pull one more card. This person's in a single energy, but with the Five of Wands there, this person, there's an insecurity about rivalry here. So I feel this person is acutely aware that you are very attractive, that you are, you know, highly desirable, that people are attracted to your energy as well as your looks, that people really like gravitate towards you. And there's something in this person where they feel like they're not enough. Okay, that's the main thing that's coming out there. So let me just go one more to clarify that before we move on. The Tower. Well, they're having their epiphany moment, the Tower. So the Tower is like to teeter on the edge of, you know, taking a leap of faith. It's like the only thing that has been holding them back is fear, because, you know, the card before the Tower is the Devil card, which means some sort of either substance abuse or an addiction or fear or, you know, insecurities, something that keeps you stuck, that you feel helpless to change. And the Tower is like this person is having a rude awakening. They realize that their actions have got in the way of this connection, and they're ready to take a leap of faith. In fact, the universe sends us all a Tower moment in our lives when we feel stuck in a rut and we ignore the signs, or we feel we don't know how to change our circumstances. And it's better to take a leap of faith than it is to remain stuck where you are. As you can see there, the lightning bolt hits the crown chakra. I mean, it's the crown of the Tower, but it represents the crown chakra, which is to know that something needs to change. It's like the lightning bolt moment, the epiphany. And as you can see, the Tower can sometimes represent like a prison where you go round and round in circles. You've built a life of comfort, a life that you know, a life that puts you in a comfort zone, and anything that comes to challenge that, it can feel like scary or overwhelming, but you have to take that leap of faith. And if you ignore what is going on, if you ignore the signs and the whisperings of your heart, that's when the Tower comes along and, you know, it literally sets the building on fire so that your comfort zone is no longer a safe space to be. It actually challenges you to take that leap of faith, because if you stay where you are, then you're going to get burnt. And I feel this person is recognizing they have to make a move, otherwise they're going to lose this connection forever. Okay, now your outcome energy, they've got the Tower. So I mean, time is a factor there, but this Tower, of course, it represents what's just happened there with your person. We just clarified that they are going through a Tower moment. Everything that they've ever known in this person's life, I feel like, is breaking down. They're having lots of sudden changes, sudden realizations, and I feel this person also may have had some sort of shock that they may tell you about. It's really started them thinking about life, about love, about settling down, and where they feel like they belong. So I feel this person, there's this energy of they've always been on the outside looking in. They've always tried to fit in, but they always felt like they didn't quite do it. So they almost were chameleon-like, okay? That's what I'm picking up from this person. You know, in order to fit in, they changed aspects of self, okay? And I feel like they did it in order to preserve relationships or business connections or, you know, just to fit in. You know, sometimes we all do it. You know, I really admire people who are their wonderful, authentic self all the time, even if another person doesn't like it. You know, I have a friend of mine, you know, you'll meet that person in the mood that they're in that moment. So, you know, sometimes if someone asks me, how are you doing? And if deep down, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm having the worst time ever. But I don't really know a person well enough to kind of like confide in them. I'll say, you know what? You know, I'm good. I've had better, but I'm good. And it might be just that kind of conversation. Whereas if you meet my friend and you say, how are you doing? And he's really not feeling it, he'll say, you know what, I'm having the worst day ever. And it's probably best you don't talk to me because I'm likely to snap. And you're like, whoa, you know where that person's at and you know how to interact with that person because they are completely authentically themselves in any given moment. They're not there to people please. And I feel this person, your twin, I feel to some degree, they've pushed parts of themselves down in order to please others. You know, and this could be family members or friends. It's like they've gone along just for a comfortable ride because they don't really like confrontation. But this is something from childhood. This is something that they've learnt, okay? I do feel this person, they may tell you that they are lonely to some degree, but also I feel like they're going to tell you that they are now focusing on their happiness. You've got number 19 there, which is a sun energy. And of course that comes after, you know, the star, the moon, and the sun is next. So that indicates they are focusing on abundance. They're focusing on joy in the moment, and they're learning that happiness comes from within. But they do have a Three of Cups here. Now, this is what I'm going to have to clarify because the Three of Cups can indicate they want to share a part of themselves with you. So they may invite you out for a drink or they may invite you to some sort of, you know, dinner or just a reunion because it can indicate, you know, meeting up and sort of enjoying the moment. But also, I still get this energy of party times. Okay, so Three of Cups, I'm not getting an energy that there is a third party there. Okay, so third party is not really connected to this card. Only some people connect it to, you know, a third party situation. The actual meaning of the Three of Cups is to enjoy oneself, to, you know, be in a community of like-minded people, to, you know, enjoy the moment, to find the rhythm of life and, you know, just to open yourself up to, you know, celebration and celebrating friendships. So I just want to clarify what this means for this person. Well, you know what? You just saw me shuffle the deck and it means that this person has been numbing. It's clarification. You got the Five of Cups there for this person and the Five of Cups again. This person, it's like they invested a lot of time and energy into enjoying the moment, which is wonderful, but at the same time at the cost of true love of a relationship. This person really wants to share their regret in letting you go, is what I see here. This person had a certain expectation of love, but when you met this person, I feel like they were not ready for love. They were not looking for love. Five of Cups tends to mean everything that they ever experienced before just ended in the same way. And it all got spilt. Emotions were spilt. It was a painful experience, and they were disappointed and let down. And they couldn't see how the twin flame dynamic would be any different. So it's almost like they didn't really bother themselves too much with it, even though their feelings were really deep. So they decided to numb it. And I feel this person wants to expose that. They want to like come in truth. They may shock you with like taking ownership or accountability for their actions. As you can see there, it's almost like this fearful creature. It's of course an angel there, but it's like in fear, this person rejected a part of themselves and of course pushed you away because they felt, you know, the relationship would end in the same way. And this person has regret. Okay. Now, does this person, you know, feel that they're ready for a high level commitment? I would say right now that they are going through a process of change, of spiritual evolution. They're close, but they're not 100% there yet. I have to say it, you know. Will this person reach out towards you? Yes, I feel there's an invitation coming to meet up in some way. And I do feel their intention is loyalty. This person knows that you are their twin because you have the dog. This is the card that's in between you both. The dog in the LENORMAND deck represents, you know, a bond like no other. Someone who, you know, is a companion who wants to walk by your side. You know, it connects to the twin flame and the soulmate dynamic there as well. And it also is an indication that this person wants to settle down, and so do you. And I see that there is going to be improvements in this, you know, dynamic. However, I feel there's still a process to adhere to before you and your person can come together, okay? It's number 18. That's the moon energy, which means there are still fears present in this connection. There's still some soul searching to be done, but also I feel there is a period of healing and change upon you both. Now, we do have the stork for your energy, my beautiful Gemini. You flip the polarity. You flip the energy there because twin flames is mirrored energy. And number 17 is the star, which means, of course, healing. And I feel you have a choice to make because you have the Lover's card there. So I feel, you know, just when you've taken a real step back from this, your person is going to come towards you and reach out. Remember, it's not a game, it's an energetic exchange. When I met my twin, you know, I'd just come out of a very damaging experience where I was completely brokenhearted. And the last thing I ever wanted to do was fall in love again because I felt like an empty shell, like I had nothing left to give. I didn't even know myself, let alone be open to sharing my soul with another person or sharing my heart with another person. And of course, I started to party and, you know, go out there and try and numb my feelings. I didn't think I was numbing my feelings. That was not my thought process at the time. I was just doing it. It just felt like it was a natural thing for me to do because it meant I was just like liberating a part of myself where I felt truly like stuck and in pain. But actually, I was running away from feelings that needed to be processed and really looked at. And then the universe sent in my twin. And that was like the wake-up call where I was like, whoa, this person is like a love like no other. I can't fathom it because I feel that it is so deep that I'm opening myself up to a level of love that could break me completely this time to the point where I couldn't get up because last time it was so damaging with a karmic. And I pushed my person away because I was in fear. You know, even though I knew that this person was different and I felt like I'd known this person before, there was a familiarity there and I couldn't stop thinking about this person. It was almost like obsessive. And I was like, no, maybe it's a rebound, maybe it's this. And I talked myself out of it to keep myself safe so that I would not get hurt again. And of course, inadvertently, I pushed my twin away to the point where they took a step back, which is what is meant to happen. And then as soon as that happens, you give the moment to the runner to really do the spiritual work, to sort out all the baggage that went before so they can come to you in a fresh energy without the baggage, without the fear, and they can embrace the union. And then, of course, you come together in a match. It is a difficult dynamic, and some people, they take years to work through that dynamic and some take weeks or months. So, you know, I always say do not wait because when the moment is right, the universe will draw you back together. But this card literally means sudden improvements. They've got the Tower and then you've got the Stork, which means after a long period of waiting and watching and observing and working through stuff within yourself, suddenly there is some sort of movement and change in the connection. But I feel it comes off the back of your decision to change. You encourage your person to come towards you. And I feel, you know, you're going to hear from this person and they are going to talk about wanting to settle down. But you're in a different vibration, which means you're valuing yourself. You are taking care of yourself. You're nourishing your own needs. So this person, they need to come to you in the right action and step up. Actions rather than words, and show you that they mean to invest in the relationship long term. I feel like that is their intention, but you need to see proof because I feel with the Ten of Swords there, you're like, this could happen again. How can I trust that this won't happen again? But the Empress energy is to be open to love. So I feel like you're open to see what this person has to say. You see that the relationship has some potential, but only if this person has matured enough to come towards you and show you with action. Now, of course, we got the Lover's card for you as well. I mean, ultimately, this means, you know, it's a Gemini energy. This means that you're putting your own needs first. You are indicating that there's a lot of self-love here and healthier boundaries. But also the Lover's card can indicate, you know, a choice of choosing, you know, the twin flame dynamic or cutting the cord and going for a soulmate. You will have to decide. And if you haven't got anybody right now, like a soulmate in your immediate circumstances, you may be meeting or talking to someone new very, very soon. But you will have to make a decision. The Lover's card can indicate that you and this person, you know, you can be together, but there has to be a level of respect, of accountability, and, you know, a vulnerability to open yourselves up to the depth of love that is on offer. And it is unconditional love. So I feel there is a choice to be made. I mean, this person's got the Five of Cups, which means, and this is their future position, what they want, you know, they recognize that there is some regret in this connection, but they do see you and them being together in the future, that you are their person. And I feel that it's like, I almost feel like it's a relief that they finally come through something in order to really see clearly, but they're not 100% there yet, okay? So that's the dynamic at the moment. I feel like you will hear from your person, and there are some decisions to be made. But I feel like they're going to have to come to you in a very different dynamic, because they have to really prove to you that they're stepping up, because I feel like you've had enough, okay? You can't do this anymore. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them? They wanted that card. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Okay, so, okay, I'm hearing a song right now. Interesting that no images or songs came up until now, but, you know, it always comes when it's meant to come, so I cannot say it's like a typical reading, but it's a very famous song. It's Ed Sheeran, Perfect, I think it is called, or maybe it's Perfection. No, I think it's Perfect. Interesting, because that did come up about perfection there with this person. Let me just give you the lyrics. This song may be relevant to you or your situation. If not, it may be an indication that you're about to hear this song, and after hearing the song, it'll be out of the blue, you'll hear from your person. So listen out, you know, in your everyday. It could be like you walking down the sidewalk and a car passes by and it's playing in the car or in the mall, or maybe on your play shuffle, you know, quite by surprise. So listen out for this song. Let me just give you the energy that's coming through. When we fell in love, not knowing what it was. Okay, it's almost like I'm being given a different part of the song now. I will not give you up this time. Okay, so I'm just being given those very clear sentences. Now, I'm not sure if they run in the same order that I've just been given, because I feel like I'm being given bursts of the song. So these lyrics, I mean, it may be that they just want to communicate, and by they, I mean my guides, they just want to communicate how this person is perhaps feeling. So that means that this person, you know, didn't know what love was because they've been so heartbroken in the past, or, you know, I mean, the fact that the last sentence was like, I will not run this time or something. No, I will not give you up this time. I think that's what it said. I only was given it once there, so I have to try and remember what I've been given. So this may be relevant to this situation. This person doesn't want to run anymore. They've been running or numbing things from their past for such a long time. They're even fed up of it themselves. Okay, so I feel there is some sort of change here. Now, your final cards, I denied my feelings. That definitely came up there in this reading. I'm getting the courage to share how I feel. I definitely see that that's something that is happening in their energetic field there. You are the best thing that ever happened to me. I love you more than you know. And I'm struggling to resolve my life. So there's something here, as I said, I mean, Ten of Wands that showed up for your person is a lot of history or something from the very beginning that they've kept with them that has been painful, that they're working through, and it influenced their actions in this connection. Again, there's no excuse here. I'm not here to give this person an excuse. I'm trying to understand what's gone on there so I can understand the outcome, because every twin flame, there is a lesson to be learnt. It can be about insecurities, trust issues, feelings of low self-worth. It could be addictions, you know, it could also be like lust, you know, people who have, especially in today's age where we live in a very transient lifestyle, or we live in an age where people, they could slide right or left looking for love, that sort of thing, where there's a lot of options there. It's almost like we're bombarded by so many things that we do not have time to listen to the whisperings of our heart, because there's so much noise out there when it comes to society, when it comes to information. And I feel this person is kind of recognizing that, and they made some choices that they feel have kept them stuck, and they regret them. And I do feel this is something that they will tell you. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. Okay. Oh, wow, we've got a lot going on here. So we have the dolphins, which represent playful energy, but also twin. I mean, there's two of them there. This person, I feel diving deep into emotions is what you and this person need to do at this time, and really like open yourselves up to this. But also this relationship got pretty heavy, and I feel you and this person, I feel like they're going to invite you to something fun, or they're going to invite you to something in a very casual kind of manner, which may annoy you at first. But if you decide to connect to this person and meet up with them, I feel like you will have a good time. Okay, we've got butterfly, which represents transformation after a period of stagnation. Sometimes, you know, when nothing feels like it's happening, everything is happening. You know, when the chrysalis happens, the butterfly emerges from the chrysalis after a period of stagnation. But actually in that chrysalis, the caterpillar is changing form. It goes into the chrysalis as a caterpillar, and then it dissolves its sense of self. It has a major transformation, and, you know, then everything is changed, and then you emerged, matured, and, you know, able to fly. So I feel this relationship has gone through a very difficult process of change, but I feel both of you can come out the other side. Also, we've got the archer's bow. So, I mean, this can connect to Cupid, of course, that you and this person, there is deep love there, but also that there is a true target and intention to be with each other. I mean, it could also indicate this person has strong Sagittarian placements there. The energy that I've got coming through, we have Gemini, we've got Libra, Taurus energy. I mean, there's some water elements there as well, Cancerian, Scorpio, Pisces, but I've got a little bit of air there as well. So perhaps, you know, maybe a bit of, well, Aquarius, but not so much is what I'm feeling. It doesn't mean it's sun, moon, or rising. It just means there are placements in those areas that are quite strong. Now, also, this can indicate, you know, a level of faith is the energy that I'm getting from this. This is the Anka, of course, which is, you know, about truth. It's about identity, but it's also about having faith and beliefs, okay? So some of you, it can be that you are changing your beliefs about this situation, maybe opening yourself up to a new perspective, but so is your person. And I feel this person genuinely believes that they're going to see you again or reunite with you again, and that it's not truly over yet, because this person, I feel they want a second chance. But you get to decide whether they get that second chance. That's your decision alone to make, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Gemini. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Gemini, and love and light.